Black people have been with the Democratic Party for over 60 years, and we have nothing.
I was tagged in this video, and I'm glad this person did. It offers me opportunity to address this concern for our people. You know, when I see this video, it's sad when I see black people sitting up here asking, basically begging for people outside of our race to provide jobs and businesses for our community, for our people. I mean, at one time in this country, black people didn't have a choice. But in 2024, we do. You have a natural way to go through life, and you have an unnatural way. The natural way to go through life is having each race of people, black, white, polka dot, brown, whatever, have an independent means to sustain their own existence, so they're not dependent upon anybody else to provide essential needs and services that they know they're going to need in order to go through life. An unnatural existence is going to other people outside of your race to provide you with essential needs and services that's going to put you in a state of adolescence, where you have to seek permission and allowance to do anything that you want in life. So you can have an existence where you have authority and self-determination of your community, or you can have an existence where you have allowance and permission. To me, there's no choice. And to this pastor, you say you were there with other black leaders. So this makes me think that you consider yourself a black leader. Well, if you're leading your people from the Democratic Party to the Republican, tell me, what's the difference? Why do you have to wait? Why do you have to go to the Republicans to see what they have to offer? If the Republicans coveted the black vote, if they were concerned about black people, do you think they would have waited until black people were politically and socially frustrated after 60 years of voting for Democrats and getting nothing, that they would wait for you to come to them? If they covered the black vote, they would have came to you 4, 8, 12, 16 years after you voting Democrat and getting nothing. And you have to see what they have for you. They should have been bringing it to you, offering you tangible things for your vote. And in fact of the matter, they did neither. And you know why? Because the Democrats and Republicans are both contractually obligated to the Constitution of this country. And the Constitution said none of its rights, freedoms, or privileges was ever intended for slaves or the descendants of slaves. And in today's term, that means black people. So it makes no difference whether you go from Democratic to the Republican. You're not going to reset your clock and start over fresh. All you're going to do is start over a whole new 60-year clock of voting for Republicans that's going to give you nothing, because neither party is obligated to give you anything. And I wish black people would get this through their head. You are sitting up here arguing for rights, freedoms, and privileges that the Constitution of this country say you were never intended to have in the first place. So it's not about going from left to right. It is about creating your own independent means to sustain your own existence. If you're on a boat and that boat is sinking, and you go from one side of the ship to the other, eventually that side is going to go down too. It is not until you obtain some type of flotation device that once this ship sinks, you're able to sustain your existence. And building our own independent businesses, industries, and institutions, financing our own goals and ambition, manufacturing and distributing our own goods and services, governing our own affairs, that is our lifeboat to sustain our own existence. The Republicans are not going to give you this when they're part of the same government that took it away from us in the first place. You should be asking, why don't black people have what we're asking for already? And it is because this country has taken it from us. Like I said, we have had over 64 independent communities in the black community in this country. And it was destroyed by the same white person that represents the same government that took it from us. It's not a nickel's worth of difference from that white guy standing there saying nothing in the government than it is the Republicans and Democrats. Do you think the Democrats are that stupid that's going to take the black vote for 60 years and give them nothing and not worry about you going to the Republicans? Do you think the Republicans are really that blind to see you vote Democratic for the last 60 years and get nothing and have no plan or strategy to get the black vote? They all part of the same team. It is time for black people to develop their own team. And let me say this to the guy that tagged me in this video. I want you to take this opportunity to prove to the people that I don't know what I'm talking about. If you feel the Constitution of this country was intended for the benefit of black people, then answer me this question. When this country was founded in 1776, and the rights, freedoms, and privileges of this country was distributed to all its citizens, why was it until 1865, 90 years later, that black people were finally freed? Since you know so much, because you've been blowing my page up, answer that question for me. Why did it take 90 years after this country was founded before black people were free? I would love to hear you answer that.